Orbitar 9, a sprawling trade station located at the crossroads of the Galactic Trade Federation's major routes, was bustling with activity. The station, a massive structure orbiting a gas giant, was a hub for merchants, diplomats, and travelers from across the galaxy. Its markets were a cacophony of alien languages, and the scents of exotic spices and technological ozone. Amidst this interstellar crossroads, a disagreement brewed at Docking Bay 27C, a sector known for handling precious and rare materials. John Harrison, a human merchant known for his sharp business acumen, was inspecting a shipment of rare ores that had just been unloaded from his freighter. The shipment, crucial for advanced electronics, and sold at a premium in the galactic market, appeared to have been tampered with, showing signs of damage and potential theft. Standing opposite John was Threx, a Krellian trader with a reputation for being both shrewd and dismissive, particularly toward species new to the Federation, like the humans. The Krellians, with their chitinous exoskeletons and towering forms, were a dominant force in trade, often using their physical and economic stature to intimidate smaller parties into unfavorable deals. This shipment is compromised, Threx. Half of these ores are damaged, and it's clear this wasn't an accident, John stated, his voice steady despite his growing irritation. He held up a piece of ore, showing the unmistakable signs of tampering. Threx clicked his mandibles in annoyance, his deep voice reverberating in the metallic confines of the docking bay. You humans are always so quick to accuse. Perhaps you simply don't understand the standards of trade within the Federation. This is a minor issue, hardly worth halting our operations. John knew this was not just a minor issue. The financial stakes were high, and his standing within the human delegation depended on the successful completion of this transaction. I insist on a third-party inspection, Threx. We need to uphold the integrity of our agreements, he countered. Threx's eyes narrowed, and in a moment of anger exacerbated by his disdain for what he considered human pettiness, he made a fatal diplomatic error. If you cannot handle the heat of galactic trade, maybe your kind should scurry back to your little blue planet, he sneered, loud enough for nearby traders to hear. The insult was not just personal, but broadcasted inadvertently through the station's public address system, which had been left open due to a prior announcement. Suddenly, the dispute was no longer a private matter. The insult reverberated through the corridors of Orbitaran and beyond, streaming into the news feeds and gossip channels across the galaxy. Humiliated but determined, John turned away from Threx, his mind racing. This was not just an attack on him, but on humanity's place in the Galactic Federation. As word of the incident spread, it ignited a spark of resentment among other minor species, who had similarly suffered under the arrogance of the more dominant races. This galactic misunderstanding, born from a damaged shipment of ore and an insult tossed carelessly into the ether, set the stage for a profound shift in the dynamics of the Federation. Little did Threx know, his words would rally the underestimated species across the galaxy, with humans leading the charge in what would become a pivotal moment in galactic history. In the aftermath of the public insult at Orbitar 9, John Harrison returned to Earth, carrying with him not just the sting of humiliation, but a catalyzing force for change. The human delegation, along with John, quickly recognized the incident as a watershed moment, one that could redefine humanity's standing within the Galactic Trade Federation. Back on Earth, the incident had ignited a firestorm of public and political outcry. Citizens and lawmakers alike were appalled at the disrespect shown to humanity, and there was a unified call for a strong response. The government convened an emergency meeting of the Interstellar Commerce Committee, where John shared his experience and the broader implications for human traders across the galaxy. Recognizing an opportunity, the human government reached out to other species who had similarly been marginalized within the Federation. These species, though diverse in their cultures and systems, shared a common grievance. They were often bullied into unfavorable deals, their contributions undervalued due to the domineering practices of the more established member races like the Krellians. Quietly, and with deliberate caution, a coalition began to form. The assembly included representatives from the Tarnak cluster, where beings of pure energy traded in exotic fields of force. The aquatic Naiades from the water world of Hydronus, renowned for their advanced bioengineering, and the Silthar from the mineral-rich but harshly cold planet of Frigorus. Each brought grievances and strengths to the table. The coalition's first task was to establish a united front to negotiate more equitable trade terms. However, as their meetings progressed, they realized that to truly impact the Federation's policies, they needed to demonstrate their worth and the seriousness of their commitment to change. Under John's leadership, the coalition devised a plan to use their unique technological and strategic strengths to create a series of demonstrations. These were not to be acts of aggression, but rather displays of technological prowess and resourcefulness that could not be ignored. The Naiades proposed using their bioengineering technology to create spectacular bioluminescent displays on major trade routes, capturing attention and demonstrating their mastery of biological arts. The Tarnak, beings of energy, planned to temporarily disrupt non-essential power flows to showcase their ability to control and manipulate energy fields, pointing out that they could be valuable allies or formidable foes. The Silthar, experts in mining and mineral processing, offered to showcase advanced extraction techniques that could double the efficiency of ore processing on key Federation planets. This demonstration would highlight their potential to significantly boost the Federation's economic outputs if given fair terms. Each demonstration was designed to be reversible and non-damaging, a way to showcase their capabilities and earn respect without resorting to warfare or sabotage. The coalition agreed to coordinate their efforts, timing each demonstration to maximize visibility and impact. As the coalition's plans solidified, news of their intentions began to leak out, stirring unease among the Federation's ruling species. What had begun as a minor dispute was quickly escalating into a significant challenge to the status quo of the Galactic Trade Federation. John and his allies were not just seeking retribution for a slight. They were laying the groundwork for a fundamental shift in galactic economics and politics. Their message was clear: underestimate the so-called minor species at your peril. The humans, once seen as inconsequential newcomers, were now at the forefront of a movement that could either lead to a new era of cooperation or a deepening of the galaxy's divisions. With the coalition firmly established and their plans set, the minor species began their series of strategic demonstrations, coordinated and led by the humans. These actions were designed not only to showcase their technological and strategic prowess, but also to underscore their significance within the Galactic Trade Federation. The message was clear. They demanded respect and fair treatment. The first demonstration was led by the Naiades on the trade route near the bustling spaceport of Galaron. During a major trade summit, the Naiades unveiled a spectacular display of bioluminescent sea creatures, genetically engineered to survive in the vacuum of space. These creatures arranged themselves in dazzling patterns across the sky, illuminating the spaceport with natural artistry. The display drew crowds and media from across the galaxy, overshadowing the summit and putting the spotlight on Naiades bioengineering, a field long undervalued by the Federation. Next, the Tarnak took center stage. Their demonstration was more subtle, but equally effective. During a routine council meeting on the power distribution in the central grid of the Federation, the Tarnak caused a temporary, controlled fluctuation in the energy supply. Lights dimmed and screens flickered, causing a brief but noticeable disruption. Almost immediately, power was restored, but the point was made. The Tarnak could control energy itself, and their cooperation was essential for the stability of the Federation's infrastructure. The Silthar, known for their mining prowess, chose a more direct approach to demonstrate their value. They implemented an advanced ore processing technology at a major mining facility, doubling the output within days. The demonstration not only showcased their technological capabilities, but also emphasized their critical role in the Federation's economic system, particularly in the production of rare minerals. The impact of these demonstrations was profound. News outlets across the galaxy broadcasted these events with a mix of awe and concern, prompting widespread discussion among the general populace and the upper echelons of the Federation. The dominant species, particularly the Krellians, were forced to acknowledge the technological and strategic capabilities of the coalition members. Meanwhile, John Harrison worked behind the scenes to ensure that the demonstrations remained peaceful and within legal boundaries. He negotiated with Federation authorities to prevent any backlash against the participating species. His diplomatic skills were crucial in maintaining a balance between assertive demonstration and political prudence. As the demonstrations concluded, the Federation's leadership was compelled to reconsider their stance on the coalition species. The economic disruptions caused by the demonstrations led to a noticeable dip in the Federation's markets, proving that the coalition could influence galactic economics significantly. Realizing the potential for further disruption, and now wary of underestimating the coalition, the Federation called for a meeting with representatives of the minor species. John and his team prepared to negotiate from a position of newfound strength, their objective clear: to secure a fair and equitable representation within the Federation's decision-making processes. The humans, once overlooked, had successfully orchestrated a galactic campaign for respect and equality, proving that in the vast and diverse cosmos, even the seemingly insignificant could wield substantial power. The stage was set for negotiations that would determine the future of interstellar trade and cooperation, a future where no species could afford to overlook another. As the Galactic Trade Federation convened to address the disruptions and demonstrations orchestrated by the coalition, the focus shifted towards the technological prowess that humans had brought into the limelight. The upcoming negotiations were not only a chance to address grievances, but also an opportunity for the humans to showcase their innovations, which had remained largely under wraps due to previous underestimations by other species. John Harrison and his team prepared meticulously, aware that the success of these negotiations would hinge on demonstrating the practical applications and benefits of human technology to the galaxy at large. The humans decided to reveal two major innovations: a hyper-efficient propulsion system and a revolutionary energy harnessing technology. The first demonstration was set up in a controlled environment near Saturn's rings, a location chosen for its low traffic and stunning natural backdrop. The new propulsion system, designed by Earth's top engineers, promised to reduce travel time between star systems by half, using a novel form of energy conversion that was both more efficient and less polluting than current standards. As the Federation's delegates watched, a prototype vessel equipped with this technology performed a series of maneuvers that previously would have been considered dangerously energy-intensive. The vessel dipped in and out of Saturn's rings, its engines glowing with a soft but powerful light. Data streamed live to the audience showed the energy consumption and efficiency rates, impressively outperforming the existing models used by the Federation's fleets. The second innovation was presented on a space station orbiting Earth. Here, human scientists introduced a compact device capable of harnessing dark energy, a theoretical concept that had been pursued by various civilizations without success. The device not only captured dark energy, but also converted it into usable power, demonstrating its potential to revolutionize energy production across the galaxy. These showcases were broadcast across Federation channels, capturing the attention of countless species and industries. The economic implications were immediate, with several major corporations expressing interest in human technologies, and economists predicting a shift in power dynamics within the Federation's markets. With the technological demonstrations making a profound impact, John leveraged the heightened interest to push for more substantial negotiations. He proposed that the Federation adopt these technologies widely, but with the stipulation that the coalition species, led by humans, be given significant roles in the governance and distribution of the benefits. The negotiations that followed were intense. Many of the dominant species were reluctant to cede significant control, but the evidence was undeniable. Embracing human technology would lead to economic and developmental advances that could benefit all. The coalition, once seen as a minor nuisance, was now recognized as a crucial player in the future of the Federation. As talks progressed, agreements began to form around not only the adoption of human technology, but also reforms in trade laws and representation within Federation councils. The humans, with John at the forefront, negotiated steadfastly for equal rights and opportunities for all coalition species. This chapter of negotiations marked a turning point, as the Galactic Trade Federation started to truly appreciate the potential of human ingenuity and the strength of unity and diversity. What began as a strategic display of technological capability turned into a pivotal moment, reshaping the political landscape of the galaxy and setting a new precedent for how emerging species could influence galactic affairs. With the Galactic Trade Federation's attention firmly captured by the revolutionary human technologies demonstrated in Chapter 4, the stage was set for critical negotiations. These talks would not only redefine trade and technological exchange within the Federation, but also cement the role of humans and their coalition partners in shaping the future of interstellar relations. John Harrison, now recognized as a key diplomatic figure, spearheaded the negotiation team. His goal was to secure equitable trade agreements, better representation in Federation councils, and official recognition of the coalition's technological contributions. The Federation, aware of the strategic disadvantage posed by the potential withholding of human technology, approached the negotiations with a newfound respect for John and his team. The negotiation sessions were held on the neutral planet of Vantara, known for its serene environment and long history, as a mediating ground for interstellar disputes. The choice of location underscored the Federation's intent to foster a peaceful and fair dialogue. From the onset, John emphasized that the coalition sought not just to benefit from the Federation, but to actively contribute towards its prosperity. He outlined key points: inclusive governance, proposing a restructuring of the Federation Council to include representatives from all member species, ensuring that decisions affecting trade routes, resource allocations, and technological advancements were made more democratically. Fair trade practices, demanding revisions in trade laws that would eliminate the monopolistic practices previously dominated by the larger species, thereby allowing smaller or newer members like the humans equal footing in the marketplace. Technology sharing agreements, offering access to human innovations like the advanced propulsion systems and dark energy converters, under terms that ensured the technologies were not monopolized but shared across the Federation for mutual benefit. The representatives from the dominant species, such as the Krellians, initially resisted these sweeping changes. They argued that the established systems had maintained stability and prosperity for centuries. However, the economic forecasts presented by human analysts demonstrated the vast potential for growth and stability that the new technologies and reforms could bring, not just to the coalition, but to the entire Federation. As the negotiations advanced, John used a blend of diplomacy and strategic concessions to gradually win over skeptics. He agreed to phased implementations of certain policies, allowing the older member species to adjust to the new dynamics gradually. In return, he secured immediate rights for coalition species to establish their own trade hubs, which would operate under the new, fairer regulations. After several intense sessions, marked by spirited debates and careful mediation, the Federation conceded to most of the coalition's demands. The final agreement, known as the Vantara Accord, was a landmark document that promised a more balanced and dynamic future for the Galactic Trade Federation. The signing ceremony was broadcast live across the galaxy, watched by billions who had followed the unfolding drama with bated breath. John, addressing the galaxy during the ceremony, spoke of a new era of cooperation and innovation, highlighting how diversity in thought and culture could drive progress. The Vantara Accord not only changed the political landscape of the Federation, but also set a precedent for how emerging powers within the galaxy could leverage technology and unity to bring about equitable changes. The humans and their coalition partners were hailed as architects of a new chapter in galactic history, proving that strength does not only come from might, but also from intelligence and unity. The signing of the Vantara Accord marked the beginning of a new era for the Galactic Trade Federation. The changes agreed upon during the intense negotiations, spearheaded by John Harrison and his coalition, reshaped the political, economic, and technological landscapes of the galaxy. The once underestimated humans had successfully orchestrated a movement that brought about significant reform, turning them into respected leaders within the galactic community. As the new policies and agreements began to take effect, the Galactic Trade Federation experienced a surge in innovation and growth. The establishment of new trade hubs operated by the coalition species injected fresh ideas and competition into the market, leading to a boom in interstellar commerce. Technologies like the human-developed propulsion systems and energy converters, now shared across the Federation, opened up new frontiers of exploration and development. With fairer representation in the Federation's councils, the previously marginalized species found a new voice in galactic affairs. Their perspectives and interests were now considered in decision-making processes, leading to more comprehensive and inclusive governance. This shift not only enhanced the operational efficiency of the Federation, but also fostered a sense of unity and mutual respect among its diverse members. John Harrison, hailed as a visionary and a peacemaker, continued to play a pivotal role in the Federation. His efforts to maintain the momentum of reform and innovation were instrumental in ensuring that the changes brought by the Vantara Accord were effectively implemented. His leadership was characterized by a focus on sustainability and equity, ensuring that the benefits of galactic prosperity were shared by all. Meanwhile, the technological contributions of the coalition, particularly those from humans, continued to push the boundaries of what was possible in science and engineering. The research collaborations that had sprung from the new open environment led to breakthroughs in fields like quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and bioengineering. These advancements propelled the Federation into a new technological golden age, with humans often at the helm of cutting-edge projects. As the galaxy adapted to these changes, the story of the Coalition's rise and the transformation it brought about became a popular tale, taught in academic institutions and discussed in public forums across countless worlds. It served as a powerful reminder of the impact that unity and determination can have, even against seemingly insurmountable odds. The legacy of the Vantara Accord continued to influence galactic policies and relationships for generations. Annual celebrations of the signing became a galactic tradition, commemorating the day when diversity and diplomacy triumphed over dominance and disdain. In his later years, John often reflected on the journey that had led to such profound changes. From the initial insult at Orbitar 9 to the historic signing of the Accord, it had been a path filled with challenges and opportunities. His memoirs, detailing the strategies, negotiations, and personal insights from the experience, became a bestseller, inspiring future leaders and diplomats across the galaxy. The story of how the humans reshaped the Galactic Trade Federation became a testament to their resilience and ingenuity, a narrative that echoed the core message: never underestimate the power of unity and never ever piss off the humans.